Looks like we're coming up right now. All right, and we are live on Facebook. So,
all right, Trey.
good morning, guys. Just wanted to take a minute, reach out to you. I thought a fascinating and interesting topic for a Zoom live Facebook stream. We're live on Facebook as well, YouTube and LinkedIn, and kind of everywhere. We're everywhere that you are, we are. So I just thought a fascinating and interesting program this morning to get with my HVAC guy, and let him discuss maybe common failure points for HVAC systems and things that he sees. You know, as inspectors, there's only so much that we can do, and he works real hard to educate our guys on things that you know are easy signs to look for while still following the guidelines of our license. So again, his name's Jason, and I'll let him introduce himself, give you his contact info, and then kind of let him do his thing. And I'm going to come up with questions as we go. So if you guys come up with any, just let us know, and I'll gladly ask them. Go ahead, Jason.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jason. I'm with THAQ Heating and Cooling. A lot of times I get pulled into AC inspections, and we start looking at common failures of the HVAC system. One of our biggest issues we have been seeing is rusty components in the AC system. It is a major part of system failures. One of the biggest issues we are finding are the components on the capacitors are shorting out, and when they become weak, your electrical lines start melting. A big thing is finding issues like this ahead of time and fixing them. Another part is having very corroded coils. And the corrosion in them actually go all the way through and basically make high head pressures in the basic unit, and freon leaks out it. So point out corroded coils and massive corrosion is very important in the HVAC systems. What type of questions do you have for me, Trey?
And that's a great start. And that's a great point. One of the things that I kind of wanted to explain is to agents and to buyers, honestly, as a home inspector, we're very limited. You know, we can reach down, we can grab the temperature of the lines, we can note damage, we can note corrosion, we can note rust, things like that. But we can't go so far as to say put a set of gauges on those lines. And that's one of the best ways to really tell issues that are going on with the system is to actually get the pressures. And there's a common misconception that the inspectors are doing as thorough of an inspection as an HVAC company would, and that's just not possible to do, unfortunately, unless you happen to hold an HVAC license, which most don't. I'm not aware of any in Corpus that do. So that's where we kind of turn to Jason. My number one thing about Jason that we all appreciate is anytime in the Corpus area, if we happen upon a house that we see the system is old, that it's deteriorating, that it's got major issues going on with it beyond what would just be kind of standard repairs and maintenance, like he's mentioning, changing out capacitors, fan motors, those types of things. So we shoot Jason a text or give him a call, and typically within 45 minutes or an hour, he can come to the house. He'll go ahead and evaluate the system. He'll write us up a report and then give you a bid for the work that's needed as well. That's been fantastic for us and for the agents and buyers that we work with, because as you all know, you have a short window of time where you can actually go in and negotiate for repairs and have systems evaluated and things like that. The number one system that we have problems with in most any area of Texas is the HVAC. They get worked very hard. It's the heater doesn't run that much most of the time, but man, does that air conditioning run a lot. So it's nice to be able to save the buyers time and save the agents time and hassle with an HVAC evaluation there at the time of the inspection or shortly thereafter. His response time is very, very quick. And I can say for sure that, you know, having seen all the work that he's done and all the referrals that we've given to him, everybody has come back with stellar reviews and just been really impressed with the service. So I think something that is worthy of discussing a little bit more is one of the most basic things that you can do for an HVAC system. That's changing your air filter. I don't think people take that seriously enough. And I also think that they believe that the cheapest air filter out there is just fine to put in the HVAC system and it won't shorten the life of the system at all. What do you think about those, Jason?
Well, once again, changing air filters regularly helps keep your system running efficient. If the filter's clean, you have easy airflow coming in, and the AC unit works less. Therefore, it is more energy efficient. A person that does not change their air filter monthly generally has higher electric bills because smooth, clean air is not coming in and the filter's blocked. Over time, that will cause the AC system to freeze up and have motor failures and system problems. So changing the air filter is vitally important. Also, making sure HVAC systems are properly maintained is very important here in Corpus Christi because we deal with so much humidity, and that causes other problems in the AC system.
Yep. Let me I'll try to give the most basic explanation I can of why the air filter is so important inside of the system. So typically there's a coil inside the system. Sometimes it's you know, at a slope like this, sometimes it's an A coil. There's quite a few different designs, and the design of the coil isn't really the concern. But the idea is that you have airflow through the filter going over this coil, passing through the coil. That coil is pulling the heat out of the air. The problem that you have and why the air filter is so vital is in any environment, even more vital if you have pets or if you have a high dust environment, something like that, is as that air passes over that coil, it cools. That cooling pulls moisture out of the air and it condensates like on the outside of a glass or a can or something like that. That condensate then drains down into a pan and runs out. What Jason's talking about with it freezing up is as dirt and grime and pet hair and things like that pass through that filter, if you don't change that filter or the filter in, when it passes through, it sticks to the coil as well. When it sticks to that coil, the problem that you have is then the air doesn't flow right, the condensate doesn't drain off right, the coil doesn't dry properly either. And so you start to see the coil degrade quickly, you start to see freeze ups happen a lot, you start to see all those types of things. And it really is related to this, you know, $10 a month air filter can save you thousands and thousands of dollars. You don't have to call out somebody on a Saturday night because your air quit working and it's everybody's uncomfortable and they're sweating and everybody's gripey and complaining. It's like my kids would be. You don't have to do that. You can avoid those types of things with regularly changing the filter and regularly having your HVAC serviced. It really is the benefits far outweigh the cost of any HVAC company come out and service and staying on top of your air filters. And I think Jason's going to show us something here real quick. What he's working on. He's on an install today, so we get to see an old system in place, and then they'll have a new one in this afternoon.
Is the battery dead on there? Alrighty, on this one here, because of heavy corrosion on the condenser coil, it was not causing this A coil here. Can you see that, Trey?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, because the exterior unit had so much corrosion in it, humidity levels were higher in the house, and that causes a bunch of microbial growth. Can you see that in the basic air system all the way through it? So that's something we are trying to resolve. is not having massive microbial growth in the ducting system through properly running AC. So, when that outside unit corrodes out, it is not dehumidifying properly, and then growth starts growing everywhere. So that's also part of having properly working systems, so that everything isn't rusted out and things aren't growing all the way through it. So we are coming in and ripping out systems here to stop other problems going on in the household today.
Now, just for reference, where you see all of that black, that should be bright yellow. That yellow color that you're seeing is what color that ductwork should be. That's how dirty it is and how much growth there is.
It should be that color there. It should not be, black and green and gray and all this really horrible stuff going on all the way through the ducting system. So.
Wow. Man.
And then once again, you have electrical issues, corrosion, lines are actually burning off. Charlie, wait, give me 1 second here.
Sure.
All right. Yeah, in this system here with the corrosion, all the lines started actually melting. Can you see it, Trey?
Yeah, sure can. That's amazing.
Right there, and there's melting here, which will once goes into corrosion parts, start getting failures all the way through it, and that there's electrical problems. And the thing is, you got growth and then a lot of different issues going on.
Wow. Man.
And all that's normally because of corrosion outside causing humidity issues here.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Wow. How old was that system?
This system is going to be 11 years old. It's been failing for probably the last 2 or 3 years because of corrosion and improper upkeep and not having the AC system service twice a basic year. So when proper service isn't done, systems start having a lot of problems, from electrical to growth issues, humidity issues, and lots of different hazards going on. So this system here is a 2009, and obviously it's already in pretty bad shape. So.
Wow, so that's right. What do you normally tell us? 12 to 15 years is the expected lifespan?
Yes. On a regular system, it should be 12 to 15 years. The average new system comes with a decade warranty on it, which is 10 years. Wow. And a properly maintained system should be right at about 15 years, but a improperly maintained system will fail much faster, especially here in Corpus Christi. So.
Yeah, I wish people took HVAC service as serious as they take changing their oil. That's one of those things that everybody stays pretty well on top of and does. And honestly, getting an oil change is about the same price as getting a service done most of the time. So it's really not a lot of money, and it's well worth doing. I think that's one of the biggest points that I would stress. And I know that there's some HVAC companies that do some warranty work. I know you've done some warranty work for the warranty that we work with. And that's the biggest thing they encourage as well, is the maintenance on the HVAC systems, because it will save you thousands and thousands of dollars. Something else I just wanted to ask about real quick, and then I'll let you go. I know you've got work to get to. On the new systems, when you upgrade to, what is it? Is it a 16 SEER that's the minimum now? 14 SEER?
The minimum is a 14 SEER, okay. And that is a base SEER model.
Okay. Very.
But in Corpus, because of the humidity issue, everything's always recommended is a 2-speed or variable speed AC system to help combat the humidity issues here in Corpus Christi and keep systems running efficiently with less problems.
Okay. And typically, if you were going to step up to a 2-stage, what is about 30–40% more in cost?
On the 2-stage, yeah, there's normally about a 35% cost increase on the basic systems, but the AC systems are also about 30% more energy efficient too, and that saves you the cost of the money over the lifespan of the AC system.
Good. Yeah, you went exactly where I was headed. So if you have let's say your electric bill is $400 a month, you could in theory save $100 or $120 a month by upgrading to and that's just assuming that you have a fairly recent, 10 or 12-year-old system. If you've got one of these that's 20 years old and is still being band-aided together, it could save you more money than that. It will definitely save you quite a large amount of money, honestly. The very old systems that have been band-aided together are costing you an absolute fortune to run.
Right. On my average systems coming in, if a person has a $400 bill, we are seeing that bill being cut a minimum by half. So literally on that type of basic bills, the average customers are saving over $2,000 to $2,500 a year just on electrical saving with 18-SEER 2-stage variable speed ACs. So, and that's quite a bit of money. So
that is, and me doing quick math, you guys work with financing companies, right?
Yes, we do. We have several financing companies available to meet just about any type of person's needs.
Cool. So you could, in theory, with, let's say, good credit, your savings on your electric bill could quite possibly offset most or all of the monthly payment to have a new system installed.
Just about all of it, yes.
Very cool. That's pretty neat. I think that's an awesome thing. Definitely something for people to consider. And added bonus, your house is going to be more comfortable, you're going to be happier, and it's going to last longer. So there's really no downsides to it.
That's exactly it.
Cool. Well, Jason, I appreciate your time. If you would, give your contact information and everything, how everybody can get a hold of you, and I'll let you get back to work, and I'm going to head out the door and do an inspection myself.
Awesome. All right, everyone, y'all have a great morning, and thank you very much.
What's your phone number, Jason?
It's 361-877-5072. If anyone needs a free estimate or consultation, just give us a call.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you for your knowledge, and personally, thank you for the help on the inspections when we have questions.
That is not a problem, Troy, anytime.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you, sir.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.